Alrighty, folks, well, welcome back to another episode of Fighting Words. Just two dads talking about the UFC. We're talking about all things UFC 309 recap. I'm joined by my awesome co-host, Tyrell Payton. What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Another week down, another pay-per-view down, the second to last one of the year, and well, John Jones shows why he's the GOAT, reigning supreme. I mean, it's what we picked, right? It's what we
Yep.
picked, what we thought.
Yep.
We had some viewers, some behind the scenes. We were like kind of last minute, like, who we picking last minute, like right before the cage doors close, and we were like, well, we'd like to see Stipe pull out a win. That did not happen. So our online picks are safe and secure, so we don't look like casuals. But I think our vibes picks, we were kind of hopeful that maybe Steve A would shock the world. But John Jones is a goat, man. I mean, there's really nothing else to it. He's shown again and again why he's the man, and I'm impressed. Like, yeah, okay. I'm going to jump into a little bit. I want to hear what you have to say in a moment, but I will kind of go back and forth on this. But I personally think that John did what I think everybody was expecting him to do. I don't think that there was anybody that was expecting a 42-year-old Stipe to walk in there and like clean his clock. That would have been the surprising part of it. I'm disappointed that it wasn't more of a classic. I'll be honest. That was one of the things I was hoping for. Um, but I think that John looked pretty good at heavyweight. Like we got to see more of him. We got to see him show exactly his skills that really haven't like changed because he's the top of the heap. I mean, I don't think that he's like did anything that surprised me. It just validated more that like he's an incredible wrestler. He's an incredible defensive striker. Like the way he's able to manage range and distance, like incredible. I absolutely loved it. Um, I just sat there wishing that we were watching both of these guys in their prime. I wish we were seeing John in his prime, and I wish we were seeing Stipe in his prime. Do I think that the result would have been different? No, but I think John Jones met the expectation. I'll be honest, I don't think he exceeded my expectations. I think he was right on course, right on par with where he needed to be. So, how'd you feel about the fight? What are your initial thoughts after the final bell rang for John Jones?
Yeah, I mean, he's the GOAT, right? So like we knew he was gonna win this fight. Um I think I came away disappointed that Stipe wasn't better because I would love to see
Yeah.
like a classic fight. That's expected a lot out of a 42-year-old.
Hmm.
Um but it's like it's tricky, man. I feel like when you're regarded as like, the greatest of all time, the expectations you're put up against are just almost endless, right? Like it's hard to
Yeah.
ever measure up to parts of your greatness. Like I compare it to like a LeBron James, right? Like 25-year-old LeBron James versus now, he's still obviously excellent, but it's not the same. He can't jump
No.
he can't jump the same height. He's not as fast, right?
Right.
But he has a little bit more wisdom. And
Yep.
John Jones obviously has always been a computer. He picks his opponents apart. He watches a lot of film, and it was very apparent that he knew where to be. Like he just knew how to stay safe against Stipe and what to like. Going at Stipe's body was super
So
smart. I
smart.
mean, like so smart. I don't remember watching someone ever attack Stipe's body really. And John Jones took Stipe's legs away from him, which probably made him look even slower.
Yeah.
And I just thought he did a fantastic job of what he did. And yeah, man, I'm just excited for us to kind of talk about what's next.
Yeah.
We obviously know what's on the horizon and get into that a little bit, but to me, John Jones, he makes it look so easy. Like maybe Cyril Gahn, we're just kind of like right because it's like so
Yeah.
quick, but it's like he's that good, and I
Yeah.
think it's hard sometimes to really give him a real grade because who he's fighting up against, and that's why the time Aspinall fight is so important because for a lot of people they think that that's going to be a real challenge, which is unfortunate because he's beat everybody in front of him. So like it's
Right.
just like he'll never really make everyone feel fulfilled because he'll keep getting some new person that he has to beat.
Right.
So it's
I think,
unfortunate.
and I think that, yeah, I think that most of the discussion I think can kind of orbit around, what is next for John? Is it Tom? Is it Alex? I think there's a third path here that not enough people are considering. My personal opinion is he's not fighting either one of those guys. He's fighting in the PFL. And here's why. I think John Jones is not going to get paid enough. And I think he's going to do the same thing, that he's going to sit out there and he's going to say, I'm not getting paid enough. I'm going to go fight Francis in the PFL. I think Don Davis is going to throw every single bit because the number's been tossed around $50 million. $50 million is a number that will only be paid for one person in the UFC, and that is Conor McGregor alone. There will never be another fighter that will touch it unless they can do what Conor McGregor did, which he's a once in a generation. So I don't think we're seeing that. And with John Jones, we know he can't pull that. We know he can't pull those pay per view numbers. We've talked about it on the show. He's a great draw, but he's not that draw.
Yeah.
I My conviction is John Jones does not want to sully his reputation on fighting another up and comer, fighting someone else. The champ already has a belt, and Tom has it. So give it to him. And John even said, give it to him. Like, let him go fight. I'm here for the money fights. So that tells me either he's got really one fight left in the UFC, and it could be Alex, which I kind of lean more toward, or he's done entirely. He says, buy me out of my contract, do whatever, I'll void it. I'm going to go fight in the PFL. Now, I don't know the odds and ends of all of what his contract entails with the UFC. I mean, there's a chance he could not. But, I mean, Francis asked for himself to be released.
Yeah.
But he did also fight out. So, like, there's that other part of it. Do they let John Jones go? And I just don't know how the UFC structures contracts. That's kind of where, like, if I want to take a radical take, John Jones goes to the PFL and he tries to make cash. Do I want that? I don't really want that. What I want deep down is Tom Aspinall and John Jones to fight. I want to see that clash happen, and then whatever the dust settles may be. And if the listeners really want to hear my pick on that, I think Tom wins walking away. I know that, like, I'm disrespecting the GOAT. I've tossed a lot of flowers his way. I just thought that from what I saw the other night, I there's no way a 37, 38-year-old, if that's how long it's going to be until John Jones is ready to fight again. I don't think he wants that fight, and I think he realizes, like, oh yeah, Stipe is a lot slower than the guy that I'm going to be fighting next. I don't even think he likes the. I know where that fight goes with Alex. It goes straight to the ground, and he submits him. Like, that's a winning strategy, and I can see why he's pushing for that. I think the Tom fight is not good. So viewers, you can hear me. I'm with you, but I'll stand by this. The Tom Aspinall viewers and the Tom Aspinall fans are pissing me off, and it's a G-rated show. I'm going to PG by saying that. It's super annoying to see everybody kind of like just ride on the coattails of Tom's next, Tom's next, Tom's next. I agree, Tom should be next, but there are other avenues for him, and I think y'all are being pretty disrespectful of the GOAT. I'm just looking at it kind of as a black and white, like, hey, this is what it is. We're seeing Tom as the up and comer. We're seeing Tom as the faster fighter. We're seeing Tom as an athlete. I would love to see John cement his legacy in that. Do I realistically see it as like a comparison of skills at this current time from what I saw with the Stipe fight? No. So that's my hot takes. You haven't heard any of that. So I'm going to let you respond, react.
Yeah.
Tell me how you feel.
Yeah. First, if John Jones goes over to PFL to fight Francis Ngannou,
Finesse of the century.
that is what a fight. But John Jones goes to sleep.
Yeah,
He's going to sleep.
easy.
John Jones,
Easy.
you're going to sleep. I don't care. Look, I love John Jones, man. I really do. But you do not want to be hit by that man. I don't care at what age, what time. I don't care how much film you watch. What he produces in those fists, your chin can't take it.
Nope.
And you can do to him. There's nothing you can do to him that's going to deter him from hitting you with those punches. So, if they're going to pay you $50 million to go to sleep, I would do it too.
Yeah,
I
me
would
too.
do it too.
And ride off into the sunset. You could say
knock me out
that
the
you're
first
the
round.
GOAT in the UFC. Yeah.
Let's not waste time here. Hold on. He's not the go to the UFC if he loses. Francis is the go to the UFC if Francis knocks him out. It's Francis' house.
Yeah, but he would say, like, "Oh, I lost only in the PFL," and then people would speculate.
We not let him get away with that. John Jones here that first year. If you lose to Francis Ngannou, he is the GOAT. He knocks you out. He's the best. Oh my God, he would sleep you too. But I like that theory though. I hope. I would love for them to fight. I'd rather it be John UFC versus PFL. They make a special deal. Go over to Saudi Arabia, get that insane money. Dana White, you can't turn down their money. It's too much money. You would have to do it. I would love to see that happen. Maybe do like a mixed card. Do a mixed card, right? Have like them doing the UFC on that card, but also have like a huge boxing match on the same card because then the revenue goes through the roof. Who cares, right? Let's make it a wild card. Second, Alex Pereira fight can't happen. I'm sorry.
It
I love
can't.
Alex. It can't happen. Alex, yes, is a big dude. Don't get me wrong. He's a big dude. John Jones is enormous. Like, even at 205, John was big to me. John now is huge. I don't want to see him in a catch weight. I don't want to see him at light heavyweight. I don't want to see him at heavyweight because the deficiencies in Alex wrestling tells me he has no chance in this fight. I don't care how well of a striker he is. John Jones has to get him down one time. It's over. Stipe Miocic couldn't even get off the ground. Couldn't even move. Like,
No.
Alex would lose so fast, and that would tarnish his legacy. And I love what he's building for himself. I want him
Yeah.
to stay on his own little plane and do his thing and ride off to the sunset when he's ready to. John, don't try to ruin that. Granted, great payout. Tom Aspinall. Let's talk about that one, right? Tom Aspinall can't be John Jones, man. Stop this. Stop this. I'm about to say a bad word, bro. I know we keeping it nice for
Yeah,
the kids,
PG
bro.
today.
Bro, I'm about to say a bad word. You almost got me out of character. There's no way you think that guy, Tom Aspinall, with his dumb facial hair, can beat John Jones, bro. Ain't no way. That dumb little chin, whatever. What is that goatee weird thing he on his face? Listen, Tom Aspinall is a fun fighter, but he is not John Jones, bro. I don't care that he beats people like Curtis Blades. Who is he beating that makes me feel like he can beat John Jones? I just don't know. Like, you can't tell me there's another heavyweight you've seen in that octagon with him that has the skill set of John Jones. And
Nope, I
because
can't.
of that, I don't know what you're seeing to make you think he's faster. You can have it. He can be faster. I'm not going to sit here and doubt that he's faster. Do I think he can hit John cleanly? I don't. The range John Jones can create in that cage, also the skills. Like, he was hitting, he finished Stipe with a spinning back kick to the ribs, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me there's another heavyweight that Tom's ever seen in the cage that does
No,
that. Like,
no,
it makes
none.
it that clean. The stuff he's going to do, the leg kicks he's going to throw at him, mixed up with the wrestling. What? How does Tom win? You think he's going to land a miraculous punch and
So
drop him? He's not
here's
Francis Ngannou.
here's my defense of why I'm saying what I'm saying. The thing that hasn't changed with me with John. John loves to back up in straight lines. It's the thing he's done his entire career. Chin up. Yeah, he's got his defensive hand right here. What I saw in the Stipe fight with him was he was getting touched when Stipe was blitzing in like he was.
Not cleanly though. Not
Not
cleanly.
cleanly, but he was still getting touched. Now, if you're telling me a faster fighter who does very similar things and also has the added kickboxing and wrestling that Tom does use, you cannot tell me that one of two things isn't happening. He's going to get and find that chin, or he's going to take him down. And I do think that Tom would be brave enough to take John Jones down. I know that's crazy. I know it's crazy. I know. But
He's
you're
not taking
asking me
John
what
down, bro. Go ahead. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm asking for your explanation.
37, 38 years old. There's a difference there than 35, 32-year-old John. Like there is. There's just a straight up difference. And I'm not saying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying, like, let's think about the logic here. And MMA math is MMA math. It's tough to even like predict that. So like I'm going out on a limb here, and like
Right.
Tom has like this whole interaction with this fight week has been very distracting to what I was trying to enjoy for this week, which is the whole, Stipe Miocic, John Jones fight. I didn't want to
Yeah.
hear every single interview be about Tom Aspinall, be about Tom
I
Aspinall, be
love it.
about Tom
I
Aspinall.
love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
the reason why, like, let's let the fight be the fight, and then if that gets booked, then we can get excited about it and start talking about it. Until then,
Yeah.
like, I'm not holding my breath for that fight to ever be booked. And if I'm being honest, I think John even admitted to us he doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight Tom. He either wants to be paid money or he's going to sit. And he pretty
Oh, they're
much
going.
told us with that, have the belt. I'm done. Like,
Well, he also said, if y'all really want me to fight him, I need that FU money. And guess
yeah,
what the UFC's going to do?
yeah,
Give him the FU money. He's going to get the money he wants. He's negotiating like he always does.
yeah.
Which is what he does.
Well, and I think we
Um,
saw the negotiation with Dana be like, yes, the winner of this fight fights Tom Aspinall. I think we saw it plain as day. Like, this is our negotiation. You got to fight him
it's going to
next.
happen.
Yeah,
If you want to fight again, you're going to fight him. And Dana even said, I can't book the Alex Pereira fight unless they both absolutely want it, which I don't think Alex wants it. I think he
no,
likes
he
John.
hasn't signed up. He hasn't even really
Nah,
spoken up too
he,
much about it.
he's not scared, but I don't think he wants it. It's not necessary for his legacy
And I
unless
think
they both get offered $1 billion to do it.
Alex still has to prove that he can hold that belt against a wrestler, and he has to fight Ankalaev, which is
Yeah,
is the only fight for him to make it 205 right now. That's the only fight to
I,
make.
I'll say this: and I'm gonna get back to a comment you made too.
Hmm.
I think that I don't think John Jones is looking at Aspinall versus Pahedum like, oh, Alex is by far the easier fight. I don't think that's his main focus. I think he
That's
really is like money and legacy. Like this is a guy who's a future Hall of Famer who has two
100%.
belts too. Tom Aspinall is a young up and coming contender who has an Edinburgh belt, but hasn't. No, if Tom had defended 6, 7 times and John came back, he'd be like,
Exactly.
let's get it, let's get
Completely
it. You show
different.
me you beat everybody, I want it. But like, remember how John Jones was at the tail end of his light heavyweight? He was bored. Like he
Hmm.
didn't want to fight those guys. He felt like they were not necessarily. Think about murder's row he went through to get the belt and then retain it all the way. He's fighting all killers that we
Hmm.
all knew, household names. And then at the tail end, he got the people he was kind of like, do I really care about fighting this guy? Okay, I'll fight
Yeah,
him. And then he fought him, and
exactly.
like they were boring fights
Hmm.
because he just wasn't excited. Then you watch him fight Stipe. You watch him fight Cyril Gane. Big names. What's he do? He finishes them
Yeah,
because he's like
exactly.
he's more locked in. Tom Aspinall, you mentioned he would try to take him down and the age difference of whatever. I'm sitting here today saying I don't think Tom Aspinall could take Daniel Cormier down right now. I don't think he can.
You don't
I
think you
don't.
can take down bad
If they
back
were
Daniel
if
Cormier?
they were trying to wrestle, he can't take down Cormier down. He can't. I don't think he can. And it's because
Nah.
he has that pedigree of wrestling. I believe that if they were trying to wrestle, strictly wrestle, he's trying to wrestle and get him down the cage in the octagon. He can't do it.
Hmm.
I don't think he can do it. You telling me he can take John Jones down,
Yeah.
bro? What? Who
I,
have you seen
I,
take John Jones down?
yeah. I mean, I wait. Didn't somebody recently just like it was not a non wrestler that scored a takedown on him? I think it was even.
Who was that?
I think it was Alex. I think he was Alex Gustafson was the first and only person to take him down, and it
In the
was in
second fight?
their second fight. Yep.
Was it surprise? Was a surprise
No,
takedown?
I don't remember. I'd have to go back and watch it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he was the one that recorded the first takedown against John Jones.
First takedown against him ever. But you think Tom Aspinall, who I'm be honest, I don't ever see really wrestle in there because he just chases people and tries to knock him out. Which also I don't know why you don't think that would be scary for him running in like this, trying to hit John Jones like he ain't gonna get countered. Like
Well, yeah.
he
I
could
mean, he
get
did it
clipped.
against one of the boogeyman of that division, which was Sergey Pavlovich. I mean, he sent him into orbit, brother. I mean, like,
And then we just watched him get picked apart
oh yeah,
by
I
somebody
no,
who'll never be a
yeah,
champion. So like he's not.
yeah. But I mean,
Yeah,
Tom submitted that guy. I mean, Tom would submit or knock out Cyril Gahn. I mean, like, there's nobody. Here's the argument that I
that's the
stand.
one I don't agree with. That's the matchup to me. I don't know if he wins that fight. That's the
Yeah,
fight I don't know if he wins. Stylistically, I don't know if he wins that fight because he would have to get him down like John did and do that. And I don't know if he can do that with him.
yeah.
John Jones is a different type of animal, bro. I know you like Tom. I know you like Tom.
No,
And I
yeah,
think
but
he's good
I'm
too.
not. I'm not interested in saying that Tom is infallible and it doesn't have its shortcomings. I agree. I think his pedigree, like if we want to talk about like legacy comparison, yeah, they're not the same as John. Like it's just not. Like and it's an unfortunate because those are the people that were in the division at the time that he is started to rise up the ranks. But I think it's shown that like he has an astronomical rise. We want to see this happen. So
For sure.
I'm
Agreed.
with you
Agreed.
110% of the way until it comes down to the results. I think that that's where you and I differ is like I'm picking the younger guy, you're picking the goat. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And it's not really any or sort of animosity for John Jones. I'm just trying to look at it like if I were to cut this and remove John Jones's status, remove everything, look at the facts, there's a time for everybody. And 35 is typically the time for most
Typically,
typically. And I know we're dealing with an anomaly here.
who
That's the thing that gives me pause. I'll admit it. It
who
gives
has
me pause.
who has never been badly hurt that would age him more. So he's fighting at a
Oh,
younger
I
age
know.
than his age says. And I just don't. When I watch Tom, I'm like he had, and this is kind of to his detriment. His time in the cage is not high,
Yeah,
so I don't have a lot of film to make me feel confident that he can beat a John Jones.
100%. And
We
that is a valid
and
criticism.
And personally, in his last 3 or 4 fights, I feel like the stoppages has been a little early. I don't think they've given people an opportunity to try to recover. They're just
Hmm.
stopping them because they're
Yeah,
fighting over the UK. They're like, oh, it's Tom, let him win. And it's like, yo, let Curtis Blades try. He may be going out, but let him go out, please. And
yeah.
same thing with Pavlovich. Let him be sleep.
Oh
They're
well,
heavyweights.
Pavlovich was
He was out of it.
Pavlovich
He was
was
out
in
of it.
another another
Tom
planet.
dove down to hit him and he got pushed off. Like it's like I want to see him like let Francis what Francis did to Buddy a couple weekends ago. Let that happen. Like hit him 4 to 8 times while you sleep.
Take
I
away
want to
his
see that.
entire UFC career.
Sure, we're barbarians, man. It's like Gladiator. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, but I haven't seen enough cage time and diversity of skill in there to make me feel like him going against that monster, John Jones, who we cannot. What's the weakness?
Hmm.
What's the weakness? I don't know. That his jab even looked like
Yeah,
way
that
more
was
advanced and
crisp.
powerful.
It is.
Come
It
on,
does.
man.
It is. It does look nice when you're hitting an object that literally was standing flat-footed in the cage.
For sure, I give you that. But you can't tell me that those strikes he was landing on Stipe. Stipe is just a machine. Like
Yeah.
the elbows, Stipe should have been sleeper dead. Like
Yeah.
he was clean bowing him.
Hmm.
Like if John Jones gets Tom Aspinall on the ground like that and gets him in that position and
Hmm.
starts elbowing him, you think he survives it?
I
Like
don't know.
they're disgusting, bro.
Well, that's why I think we
Have you
have to
seen
see
Tom get
it.
off the ground? Oh my,
That's why we have to see
yeah,
it. Like
I
we,
would love
we
to see
just
it.
there's
Yeah,
a lot of a question mark. Like I still think that there's question marks around John Jones's heavyweight career right now. Like where's he at with some of the other guys? Like, but the only one we're gonna see if we end up seeing it is gonna be the Tom fight. So it's either gonna be really fast and we're all gonna be disappointed at whatever their outcome is because we're not gonna see it, or it's just gonna be this like absolutely brutal classic that we want to see. Which personally like what a great way. Okay, let's just play this out. I know we got to wrap it up, but like, what if we
yeah,
play this out? Like, what a great way to end a career in the UFC if John Jones says, I'm going to take you to a 5 round classic. We're going to go to all 5 rounds, and I'm going to show you bleeding, bloody. I took out every single generation. The ones before me, the ones during my time, the ones after my time, and even that for the final one that's even beyond me. I'm beating every single generation. There's no question. I mean, there's like if there already weren't a doubt in people's mind, that would be like it for me. Like it's like yeah, we could take the drugs, we could take all that other stuff like out of there. Like I'm ready
yeah.
to give John that. Like I am so ready, but I want to see it. I want to see him
I
do
want
it.
to see it. I want to see it too. But I'll say when he dismantles him and beats him easily, people are not going to be happy. They're going to be like I was
I
saying
know.
10 minutes ago. They're going to be like, well, he's of course he's John. They're going to downplay it because that's how it
Yeah,
goes when you're that
it
great, bro.
is. Yeah.
So if he annihilates that kid about, oh yeah, Tom was never really ready. They're going to find holes in his game. Oh yeah, he needed to work on this. So like,
Nope, a
I
win's a
just
win. That's how I've always viewed it.
oh
A win's a win.
yeah, that's how I see it too. And I think it would just yeah, I think
Unless it's like just absolutely blatantly like, and we know like something that like he kicks his nuts in and like it's game over like that type of thing like if that were to be a thing like okay then like yeah like that's not good
yeah,
but
yeah,
a win's a win in my opinion. I have very like loose like cares for that but there are some like defined things but we talked too much about Tom and John but I think viewers let us know what you think. I would love to hear. I know you guys talk about in our other video about Tom Aspinall. I know you guys are in the comments. Come over here, come talk some more, listen to what we have to say, and leave us
for
a
sure.
comment, leave us a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you guys so much.
Peace.